So today is a big day. I've already scalped the yard once earlier in March, but there's still a lot of that brown stalk in there that I'm not really happy with. So we're gonna scalp it back down, get all this material out of here. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, sand. So it's gonna be a good time. So I got this masonry sand from our local masonry supply store. It was about $40 for a cubic yard. I'd been back and forth on whether I wanted to do bag sand or this bulk sand, but all in all, I think I went the right route, getting it cheaper in bulk. All right, so the scalping procedure is complete. As you can see, it's pretty beat up, but boy, that Bermuda grass can sure handle it. On to the sanding procedure now. So there's been lots of people show videos while they're doing this, have those gorilla carts or a wheelbarrow. I don't have a gorilla cart. I just use my handy dandy wheelbarrow, worked just fine. If you do decide to go the bulk sand route, you will need some type of a wheelbarrow, cart, something, because it is a must-have to use the bulk sand. Otherwise, if you have a small yard, you may want to go the bag sand route. Next, I'm going to hit these piles with the landscaping rake, and then later come back with the level lawn rake. In my opinion, I think the landscaping rake that I'm using here was the MVP of this procedure. Man, that thing sure did come in handy, worth every cent that I spent on it. I picked this one up at Lowe's, but lots of big box stores have these things, but it's a definite must-have for this job. The last thing that I did was come back with the level lawn rake, and I went 5 or 6 different directions all over the backyard to try and really knock down as much of that sand as I could. It's a night and day difference how much more smooth it is from when I started. It's not going to be a perfect fix after one try, so I'm going to do this in the next few years. But now I'm going to come back with a little bit of fertilizer, some biocharcoal, this carbon and chicken compost, throw down a light layer of that, water it in really good, and hopefully in the next few weeks get that grass growing back nice and short with no stems showing, all nice and green throughout the backyard. So this is the yard about 14 days later. Just came out, did a little mow, taking some off the top. So a lot of that sand has settled in. All this spot out here has filled in really good so far from all the sun that we've been getting. So you can see, pretty short. And all that brown stalk is gone. We're looking really good. Looking good so far. So we'll give it about another 2 weeks, see what it looks like. So here's the yard right at a month after the scalp and level project. It turned out to be a complete success. So if anybody wants to do this similar project in their yard, Don't be intimidated by it. I was at first because I wasn't sure where to pick up the bulk sand or to do just bag sand around that area. But do a little bit of research. Find your local masonry supplier. See what kind of sand they have. See if they can give you a big bulk super sack that makes it easier to transport, where you're not having to rent a trailer or just worry about how to take it from their shop to your house. That sack that I got made it super, super easy. Was offloading that from the sack out of the truck into the wheelbarrow and transport it to the backyard. So it was a fairly easy process, kind of labor intensive, but boy, it sure turned out good. The results kind of speak for themselves. So thanks for stopping by, checking out the process, and we'll see you in the next one.